The the Tinubu's 2024 federal budget, is it business as usual? Is it taking Nigerians for granted? Let's talk about it. You can join us, listeners and viewers, as it were. You can join us in the conversations. The number to call is 0913 697 3485. 0913-697-3485. Okay, over to you, Alex Ogundadibe.
Yeah.
On point.
So I want to start by saying there have been a lot of controversies over the 1.27 trillion supplementary budget that has been raised by the Tinubu administration. The contents of the budget are very interesting. You have a lot of spending planned for security, over 500 billion naira. In fact, security got the largest amount of money being proposed. There are also planned spending for education and health. And it looks very good when you look at those aspects. But the controversies come from some items which a lot of Nigerians believed should have been put on hold for now because of the current economic situation of the country. So we're looking at things like a presidential yacht, which was put in the budget, supplementary budget, and I hear has already been delivered. There are issues with a 1.9 billion request for cars in the First Lady's office, and another issue of the renovation of the guest houses of the president and the vice president, as well as some billions for cars for both the presidential aides and also those of the vice president. So when we look at all these monies, a lot of hairs have been split over them so far. And one major question that has been on the minds of Nigerians is, should this really be our focus for now? You know, we just got out of a debate over the legislators requiring SUVs for their constituency assignments and whether dollars should actually be spent on those cars. And now we're moving from the legislative into the executive, and we see some efforts also to spend some money in ways that a lot of Nigerians feel are not right at now. So our focus for point blank will be the supplementary budget and what you as Nigerians think about the money that has been allotted for these various items. So, gentlemen, I'd like you to weigh in. Yes, sir.
Alex, okay, let me get one thing clear. So this budget, this huge 2 point something trillion budget, 2.176 trillion naira budget, is supplementary to 2023 national budget.
Yeah,
so it's not even 2024 budget.
No, the 2024 budget is, you know, is going to be more detailed than this. This is just supplementary, this is just from what I have gathered.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Before I become an ambulance. Wow. So what we are saying is, where is this money going to come from? Where are they going to get this? Where is the revenue coming from?
Originally, it was supposed to be financed from our income, you know, from some of the accounts we have within the country.
Spent on the 2023 budget.
But my worry is
that on the 2023 budget.
Sorry, can you come again?
I will not spend all that because there was this ambitious expectations for revenue generation from the 2023 budget enunciated by President Buhari. Now, if you are doing supplementary, is it that we have a carryover or a flush over of a lot of money, Or haven't we expended virtually all our revenues for this year?
Well, you know, money is still
Because I don't
coming
see it
in,
coming from expenses.
and there are several sources.
Nah.
There are several sources
What about
within
the euro?
the,
What about the loan?
yeah,
Sorry,
the
Alex. What about
loan.
the euro loan?
Well, there are also suspicions that part of the loan that they're seeking, the loans in dollars and in euro, may also be required to finance some aspects of this.
Now,
Okay.
Mr. T, I don't know how you feel about this. Why
Uh,
do we have this issue that we have to, by the time we break down the budget, we begin to have headache, we begin to complain. Why are you buying cars for? Did Aisha carry all the cars in the first ladies lodge? The office is not even constitutionally supposed to exist. Why are we budgeting 1 point something billion for vehicle for an office that is not recognized by the constitution?
you know,
Have they removed all the fleet in that place?
that worries me so far. It worries me, Alex, a great deal. My angle to all of this is this. In the first case, when they started asking for money to supply SUVs for themselves as legislators, I had a feeling that we were yet to see many other things come up. And look at it from that point when we raised that issue, we are now seeing a lot coming up. Now, you know what I suspect? I'm not right. I may not be right, but it's tit for tat. If you don't give us this one, we will not approve this one for you. Everybody is beginning to
Well,
believe that there is a lot of money somewhere, and we want to sit down and eat, not chop or smoke it. We want to eat it up. And I'm very so highly saddened. I'm so high. Right now, there's some impunity coming up. The yacht case, we are coming back to it. Whatever you guys like, just do. This is what we are going to do, and we have done it. That's what I keep getting. And when you have that feeling, what else will be coming that will give a smooth ride after? Nothing. We mentioned education before. We mentioned health. These things are very paramount. And then we are building structures or refurbishing structures. Some big offices being retouched somewhere, another one being retouched in Abuja or Lagos, and we are putting all the billions into it. What happens after that? Who occupies that place? Whatever for? I think we need to be a little bit more conscious and careful.
You know,
I
when
think I'm beginning to agree or subscribe to Abati's prognosis that there is some kind of diabolical forces in Abuja and that Aso Rock that will change people's mentality and all that, make them follow a particular well-beaten, very despicable path. Well, how does a Tinubu come in from Lagos, from his private? I mean, we assume that he has a lot of private business experience. How do you come to do the same thing that all these politicians do? Look for cost items that are needless for the city. How do you go and buy a yacht to do what you want to cruise over? Is it a warship? It's not as if it's a warship that the Navy will use to monitor the. Except I'm wrong. They call it a yacht. Yacht is a pleasurable thing. Is a what they call it? Is an expensive toy of the super rich. So what are we using? Who are we posing for? Are they cruising to do Christmas? Oh God! Oh, I have
you know,
headache.
I had a glimmer of hope when I read that the legislative had blocked that requisition and that they were transferring the 5 billion to the student loan facility. You know, there was a story in the news that they are going to increase the 5 billion student loan facility to 10 billion, that they will take the 5 billion meant for the yachts and add it to the student loan process. When I saw that, I felt, okay, maybe we have a legislative that is, you know, trying to check the executive. Only for me to read early this morning that the yacht had already been delivered.
Uh, Senator Ndume said, don't rejoice, oh, they've already delivered the yachts. Don't. Oh,
And yeah,
God.
it's so
It's a
painful.
very,
Absolutely,
very
so painful.
terrible. Very terrible.
So painful. So painful.
What is more painful is that when you expect so much of a new administration to, to follow a different kind of style, you get the same thing. You get the same insensitive, seemingly thoughtless thing. How do you first, I mean, I was watching a program, a television program. I think the Sheung channel Sheung interviewing a senator, and he was trying to justify the 160 or 140 million SUV per legislator, and
Mhm.
he was jabbering. He couldn't. He was incoherent. It
Couldn't
couldn't make
articulate
sense. Is it our
properly.
fault the road is bad? Do you know how bad this thing? Do you how do you do our oversight functions? He was just saying, I was so embarrassed that he's a senator. He was so uncomfortable because when you do stupid things, right,
Yeah,
it's very difficult to justify stupidity, right? When you do
very.
something that is very crass and irresponsible, it's not an easy thing. You have to be a filibuster, a sweet
Mm.
tongue, and then a kind of an FFK to justify that kind of a thing. You can't. It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
It doesn't. It's so cloudy.
um,
There's a lot wrong. There is a lot wrong. And I think it's not too late
uh,
for
uh,
them to go back and make some explanations. Something has to be said because we can't continue this drive. It's all about money and
can
dishing it out
we can
appropriately or
we can.
inappropriately, and we are shaking away from the major problems we are facing. People are
I
taking
think
note
we'll
of
we'll
what we say.
continue these debates next week. I trust our people. They will give us more items that are obnoxious and very annoying. They would like to give Nigerians things to to talk and engage them so that they can be distracted from their daily grind for livelihood. So we'll take a short break and come back to our special guest for the talking point this morning.